Let us begin with this stotra. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalanayanam Yogibhi Dhyanagamyam Bande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaika Natham. Now we are almost at the end of the conversation that the king Nimi was having with the Nava-yogis. The 9 brother yogis, they came, and the king Nimi, he was asking question after question, and they were going on giving the answer. And the 7 questions and the answer already we have studied. Now the 8th question was, what is the fate of those who do not adore the Supreme Lord? So that was the question. And the answer was given by Chamas. Chamas, the 8th brother of the Navayogi. And he said, now this is Hinduism. Now suppose someone is not worshipping the Supreme Lord, what will happen to him? But who are those someone? Where from they came? So the Chamas, the yogi, is describing that where from these people came who denied even the Lord. So he said, Mukha, Bahu, Uru, Padebhya, Purushasya, Ashramai Saha, Chatvara, Janjire Varna, Gunai, Vipradaya Pritak. Only that Janjire, that word, otherwise all those words are very familiar to you people. From the Supreme Being's face, Mukha, Bahu, the arms, Uru, the thighs, and Padebhya, the feet, and along with 4 ashramas, 4 varnas were created. Now who are the varnas? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. And what are the ashrama? That is Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Banaprastha, and Sannyas. Again and again, this is the whole, the Hinduism, if you frame it, that these are the periods of life. One life, if we divide in 100 years, so 25 like that, it's this 4 ashramas. And then it is the 4 varna. The Brahmana, he is coming from the face, and the Bahu, from there are the Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas from the Uru, thigh, and so they are holding the whole society, and others are from the feet. Now he is giving the reply to the question that was asked to him, that if someone is not worshipping the Supreme Lord, what will happen to him? Ya esham purusham shakshat atma prabhavam ishyaram na bhajati, that those who are not na bhajanti, those who are not worshipping, abhajananti sthanat brashta patanti adava. So the last Friday that I gave a talk on the Bhagavad Gita. Every month I go to Naperville and I give the talk on the Bhagavad Gita. It's study actually. It's not the talk. Like here, we are starting sloka after sloka. So there, at the 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, at the end, it is said, Bhagavan Krishna is telling those who are worshipping God with desire, they go to the path of mains. And those who are worshipping God without desire, but with form, they go to the loka, that is of the gods. And others, they fall down. So these three types of. Fourth is there, those who are following the path of jnana, and they understanding that they themselves are that, then there is no other. So these are the Hindu conception. What will happen to me after my death? Very clear idea is there. But who is this me? If I understand that, I am God. I was created by God and I am God, then there is no question of traveling here, there, all these. So this very clearly he mentioned, who among them do not adore the Supreme Lord. Among them, all the four castes, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and their duties are also fixed. Those who are intellectuals, they are Brahmanas, not by birth. There's a big discussions are there. Almost all our Hindu scriptures are supporting, but society, the corruption comes, they misuse, so that is a different thing. But the scripture says, this is a beautifully, the division is there. 4 ashramas, the 4 periods of life, and then 4 varna. And those who are intellectuals, the doctors, the engineers, the researchers, Brahmana. And second, those who are protecting the society, they are Kshatriyas. Those who are supporting the society with developing the economy, Vaishyas. And those who are supporting the society with their physical labor, they are the Shudras. And these are very nicely they mentioned. And among these 4, those who are not worshipping the Lord, that means the morality they are not keeping, where they will go. So obviously they will go down. And not only that, in the Upanishad, Kathopanishad particularly, it says, those who are worshipping God but with desire. Oh, this life I am not satisfied, in the next life I like to be this, I like to be that. Different type of desires are there. After, with that desire, when they die, then they will go to the Swarga, because the good work they did. So everything has a result, so they will go to the Swarga, but after spending some time over there, then they will come back according to their desire. So they say, maybe in this life, in the human birth, or maybe below. So that is also the same answer in the Bhagavata. Now the last question, that tell me in what different forms and colors the Supreme Lord is worshipped by men in different ages, was the question of the Nimi. That's the 9th question. Karvajan, the Rishi, the 9th brother of the Navayogi, he said that in the Satya Yuga, the color of the Lord was white and he was having 4 hands. Treta Yuga, the color of the Lord was red and he was having 4 hands. Dwapara Yuga, the blue, and he's having 2 hands. And Kali Yuga, the mixture of black and blue color, and he's having the 2 hands. And he is known as Narayana. So this is Bhagavatam we are reading. In the Bhagavatam, all these wonderful ideas. And this Bhagavata is a Purana. So we have to understand, in Indian scripture, these are all very clearly given. Purana is always based on one particular God. The Brahma Purana, they will only speak about the Brahma. Shiva Purana, only eulogizing or talking about the Shiva. And this Bhagavata Purana is of Vishnu. So naturally they always say about the Vishnu. And Vishnu's part is the Rama and also the Krishna. That is why they say Narayana. The great main, now sometimes some people say, oh, we were not in we are in Kali Yuga, is a bad era. But if we were in the Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, it was so good. We could go to the Rishis in the Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga to Ramachandra. Dwapara was a little difficult period, but Krishna was also there. But you know what? In the Bhagavata it says, the great Rishi Narada, he is telling, Kritadishu Praja Rajan Kala Vichanti Sambhavam Kalu Kalu Bhavishyanti Narayana Parayanaha. Narayana Parayanaha, maximum people, they will be devoted to the God, the Narayana. In this Kali Yuga, maximum people. Isn't it? The Kali Yuga means all bad thing. No. Kali Yuga, and why? Just by taking the name of Lord, most of the people will be liberated. In the Satya Yuga, it was very difficult. And other yugas, very difficult to realize God. Kali Yuga, because the God knows that so many different things have come and all their mind and the senses are running for those. So obviously he has minimized. If you take my name, you will be liberated. Ma Sharada Muni Devi said, Yapat Siddhi, Yapat Siddhi, Yapat Siddhi. Na samshaya. Have no doubt, if you take the name of God, you will be liberated. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, the name of God and the God are the same. If you are just taking the name of God, then you are remembering God. And if you can visualize your mantra, you see the God Himself. So this is, and another thing that Mother said, Ma Sharadamani Devi, now the door of the spirituality is ajar, is not locked. Only thing it necessary is just give a push and it will be open unto you. So this way, the present time is really very good. Now, all this is over. The King Nimi was highly satisfied, and the people who were around listening to these Navayogis and the total instructions that the Navayogis have given is known as Bhagavata Dharma. This Bhagavata Dharma, and they followed the Bhagavata Dharma, and then they all got liberated and they were very happy. Now what the others will do, all gods also came to listen. Now the gods, they discussed among themselves, the Supreme Lord has taken the form of Krishna. And He came and He did all this over here, the Leela, the divine play. Now He is preparing Himself to depart from this world. The Yadukula, all destroyed. And because they became very egoistic, they never understood that God is with them. So it was God's will that they should be destroyed, and they were. And all things happened, and Krishna was getting ready, and the Kali was waiting for the Krishna to leave this world. So all the kings and the gods and other rishis, they all rushed to the Dwarka to have the darshan of the Krishna. That is, the description goes on. Then after the darshana, they were all thinking, then Brahma, he said, "Oh Lord, now your mission is over. Whatever the teaching was supposed to be given, you have already given. Now if you like to continue, you can continue, but you should." Krishna said, "No, 100 years I have lived over here. So 100 years I have lived." Some people are now also going over the Krishna. So 107, 105, now there's 100 years Krishna, according to this Bhagavat, he lived and he says, enough, now I should live. So he prepared. Now Uddhava came. And Uddhava came and told, you were my master, you were my guide. If you leave, take me also along with you. I don't like to leave without you. Uddhava was greatly attached. Then the Krishna said, see, even the ordinary being, even the animals can help themselves. And you can't? What is this? The instinct and the discriminative power. Animals, they survive on instinct. And the human being, they are having discriminative power. That is the speciality of the human being. We can judge, we can understand. So that is the way you should come to me. And you know that I belong to each and every one. I am in the heart of each and every one. Understand that. Uddhava was a great soul, but he wanted that the ordinary people should be helped. So he said, no. When you have said, it must be true. But I don't understand this. I am bound by all these desires, like the ordinary people. I am bound by the desires. You are the only one who can save me. Please save me. So he was going on telling, but the Krishna was determined. He was telling, no, you are having the discriminative power. You should help yourself. Lord Buddha also said, like the Krishna said, the human being should understand what is true and what is untrue. And they should go for the truth. And what is that truth? Eternal. And what is eternal? God only. Except God, there is everything is temporary. So Krishna was said like that. And Buddha, he also advised, Atma Deepo Bhava, be your own light. The most of the people will be constantly following the guru and the someone, and slowly they become a cult. That is not good. The Krishna is not developing a cult. He is giving the philosophy. This difference we should understand. We are very strong in other things, but the moment it comes with this religion, spirituality, we always think that this person can save me, and we follow that person. And slowly, we start closing our doors and windows for everything except that particular. It becomes a cult, very narrow. It's forceful for some time, and then it gets stagnated. So if you look around the society, you will find that when someone is there, because the charismatic personality, all things are going on, then after some time where they are, nobody knows. So like this, it goes on, and it dries up. But the philosophy, it continues. When Swami Vivekananda came over here in America, he didn't talk about Sri Ramakrishna. He talked about the life and philosophy of Sri Ramakrishna. How Sri Ramakrishna lived the philosophy. So that was his teaching everywhere, Vedanta, Vedanta and Vedanta. And Vedanta was the lifestyle of Sri Ramakrishna. He used to live like that. So this philosophy, and here Swamiji also said, man is the maker of his own destiny. And Sri Ramakrishna, in his own way, he said, don't think a human, ordinary, if wishes, she can become God by realizing God. Manush ki kaum ga, in the term of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Ga is a Bengali word using to make it more sweet. It's not having any meaning, but Manush ki kaum ga, do you think the human are very weak, ordinary? No. They can realize God. That is the capacity. All these things was told to Uddhava. But Uddhava, he said, no, God, you must tell me something else. I won't be able to help me. So, O Lord, since you said human must be having power to realize self, I have no doubt. But I want your grace. And to achieve that, O Lord, the friend of all beings, I take refuge in you. It says in the 11th skanda, 7th chapter, 18th verse, I have quoted only the last line, Narayanam Narasakham sharanam prapadde. Narayanam narasakam. Now human's friend. Is this today is the Friends Day? Something like that? Do you know anything? Is the Friends Day? Good. So our friend will be Narayana. So Narayana, narasakam. Sakam means the bandhu. Sakam means the friend. So you are the friend of the human being. I take refuge in you, sharanam prapadde. Then Krishna said, I will tell you a story of a young boy, Brahmin boy. And he met a powerful king, Yadu. And that is the story of the Dattatreya, Avadhuta. Dattatreya, Avadhuta. He is not avatar. He is not rishi. Is a different type of characteristic of a spiritual personality called Avadhuta. They have realized soul, but they live like very ordinary people. So we will now study the Avadhuta. This is very, very interesting. It begins with a story. The one lady, very pious lady, she was carrying her a disabled husband on her back. And it was a dark night. When she was traveling slowly, she was trying to understand the road. She came at the edge of the road, and the leg of her husband touched the body of a sage who was meditating over there by the side of the road under a tree. And immediately the sage became very angry. Annoyed, the hermit cursed, "He who has kicked me shall die at sunrise tomorrow." Tomorrow, at sunrise, he will die. Now, see, this don't think it is a story. This is the picture of the society. How people were highly advanced. Now, very few are having the control over the nature. But in those days, people, through their spiritual practices, were having tremendous power. Now we think how it is possible. Through science, a little bit that we are showing, but through spirituality, they used to show like this. Now this lady, the very pious lady, immediately said, "Let there be no sunrise from tomorrow. Because the moment there will be sunrise, her husband will die." So, to denounce that curse of the hermit, she said, "Let there be no sunrise." So naturally, the words of the pious lady came true, and there was no sunrise. The whole world immersed in darkness. It went on continued for some time. Then the celestial beings and the gods, all they were part of what is going to happen. They all ran to the creator, the Brahma. And the Brahma, after listening to this, he advised, "You better go meet and pray to Lady Anusua." The Anusua, there's a very famous name, and there are 9 ladies in the Hindu system, those who are considered as the most pious lady. One is the Anusua. This Anusua is the virtuous wife of the sage Atri. There's a different, don't think these are stories, these are all part of the history. The Atri was there, but only problem in our writing, we always go without giving the date, time, area like that. They mention some areas, but specifically the date, time, as they do here now, to keep the history, it was not there. So sometimes it seems, they're all cock and bull stories. No. The Atri, the wife, the Atri wife was Anusua. And these gods, they went to her and said, "Mother, this is the problem. All people will die without the sun. Do something." And they told the whole story. This is the Brahmin lady. She is also having the power. And because of her prayer, the sun is not rising. You please do something. Atri went to that Brahmin lady and said, Now again you listen. Sister, please withdraw your words and let the sun rise. I promise you that with my spiritual power, I shall bring back the life of your husband. The moment the sun rises, the husband will die. That was the curse of the hermit. And this lady, the Brahmin lady, said there should not be any sunrise. And Anushua said, let there be sunrise and let the word of the hermit be also true. Let your husband die, but I, with my spiritual power, will bring back the life to your husband. So that was the society. But they never misutilized that power. Very few they misutilized. So this was the society they were having. Now normalcy came back. Brahma and other gods were very happy with the Anuswa and they offered a boon. From here, our story begins. These gods, they said, you have done a wonderful thing. We like to give you a boon. So please ask a boon. Now the question may, if these gods are having so much power, they can give a boon to the lady Anuswa, why they could not solve the problem before without taking the help of the Anuswa, isn't it? It is only to prove that these people, those who are having the spiritual power, and they can utilize it for the betterment of the society. So the gods could do, Brahma could do, but still they said, okay, true. And there we should be humble. The most of the power that we people are having, many of you are having so many different powers. Some are very good scientists, some are doctors, engineers, professors, and you are having a lot of powers. Even some people are having wonderful skill to cook. These are the powers manifesting through you. God could do it. But God has given that power to you so that you get the name. When the Arjuna, he was arguing with the Krishna and said, no, I should not fight with my own people, my own kith and kin. Let them come and kill me, or let them take the whole world, I don't bother. Now what the Krishna said? Mayai vaite nihata purvameva. Don't think that you are going to kill. Only I have chosen you so that you will get the name and fame, Arjuna, the great hero. I have already done it. Everything is already done. Only I have chosen you and do this. You will get the name and fame. If not, all through the people will say Arjuna was a coward. They will never say, well, look at the broad-minded person. He could kill these people, but he said no. Rather, I will beg and survive. Let these people enjoy this world. No. Why? Because they are bad people. They must be punished. Otherwise, ordinary people, innocent people will be tortured. And being a king, being a Kshatriya, it is your own duty to do that. If you don't do that, you are committing sin. So you must do that. You must punish. Now, if all the judges, they say, no, that man, yes, he has killed 23 people, it's okay, but why should I kill him? So let him go, let him kill whatever people they do. Like, judge should do like that? No. The judge should say, no, I must give the capital punishment to this type of people. And the society also should accept, these are the way we have to behave. The soldiers should be like that when they are fighting in the war. So the dharma, different type of dharma. So he said over here, Anushua, she practiced a lot of austerities and got that power. So the gods allowed her to show, and after that they are giving a boon. And Anushua's prayer was unique. She said, let Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva born as my sons. No, not only one, 3 of them should come. Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva should come as my sons. And the prayers were granted. Brahma was born as Soma, not much known. Brahma is a quiet person, so not much known, the Soma. And Shiva, you all know him, the incarnation of Shiva, that is Durvasa. He was the incarnation of Shiva. And the third, the Vishnu himself, he was Dattatreya. And majority of the people in India, in this country, forget about it. Mostly that our Maharashtra, they worship Dattatreya, they know the Dattatreya. So Dattatreya is very famous. Otherwise, all over India, they are known but not that famous. But Dattatreya is having 3 heads. Is the combination of the Sattva, Raja and Tama. So 3 heads actually the combination of Sattva, Raja, Tama. He is the God. So he is having that and equal. 6 hands. The Bhaga means the power of God. And 6 power of gods are there. So he is having the 6 hands, the symbol that he is the God with the Bhaga Shakti, God's divine power in him. And 4 dogs. This also Hindu symbolism is really very interesting. The 4 dogs, there is a 4 Vedas. And they are depicting the Vedas as dogs. Why? Because so humble before the master and always following the master. The Vedas were in his control. As the people, they control the dogs. And I went to a place I have forgotten. In India, they worship Dattatreya, but not in the form, but by feeding the animals. Because the Dattatreya loved the animals, so they feed the animals. It's a beautiful temple. And in that one corner, there is a place where he'll go and keep some food. First the tigers will come, and then the others will come, then next will come, next will. Ultimately the dogs, they're all waiting in different corner. You could see from the top, we can see the tigers are coming and taking their share and going away. Then the others will come, then the dogs will come. After the dogs, they'll be spreading the food for the birds and other small animals. But they never kill each other. They're so close, never they fight. They come, take their share of food and they go away. Every day. Hundreds of people will be watching. That is the Dattatreya temple. And I'm sorry I've forgotten that, otherwise I could become your guide. So you could go and visit there. So Dattatreya is having all the time a cow with him. The cow is the symbol of the earth. So the master of the whole world. And this is the Dattatreya. Then Dattatreya, we find that he has been mentioned in the Jabala Upanishad. In India, the system is, if you are going to say something, immediately they will refer to the Upanishad. If that is not mentioned in the Upanishad, they don't give much importance to that. There's so many stories that there, people are talking about their own people. So, each and every one, they will be talking about their own guru or the master. Is it the other people accepted it? And people like those who have composed the Upanishads, so they go to the reference goes to the Upanishads. And we find that he was highly spoken in the Jabala Upanishad, Narada Upanishad, then Jaggavalka Upanishad, Bhikshu Upanishad, and Shandilya Upanishads. These are not very known Upanishads, but they are. 107 Upanishads are there. We read only 11. Because the Shankaracharya has written commentary on this 11 Upanishads. So these are the major Upanishads. Other Upanishads you don't read. The minor Upanishads are there. 108 Upanishads. So it has been mentioned over there. The Dattatreya, when he was asked by the king Yadu, he asked, why you are behaving like this? Who is your guru? What is your tradition? In our country, they will never ask about the father and mother. They will be asking about your teacher. So that immediately they will know you belong to this group of people. This is the way, the culture. So they used to ask like that, who is your guru? He said, I don't have any guru. Everyone are my guru. The young boy, the Yadu, was very curious. That is it? Do you think that all may be gurus? Ah, yes. But they are Shiksha Guru. So Mantra Guru and Shiksha Guru are different. When a spiritual master giving you a mantra, the name of God, which you should repeat, hold to that ideology for your liberation. So that is different. Shiksha Guru can be anyone. Anyone coming forward and giving you some advices which is beneficial for you, that is your Shiksha Guru. And here we find Dattatreya is learning from the nature. He never, why the Krishna advised Uddhava, his friend, that you should go and learn yourself. Then he said, no, you must help me. Like a little child, no, you must help me. Then he is telling the story of the Dattatreya. Why? Because everyone who are here in the nature, they are your teacher. You can learn from them. That is the idea. Once I went to some university, not here in India, and I was talking to the students, and that was in the education. So I asked them, what do you think? Where from the knowledge comes? They said, from our teachers. I said, okay, where from the teachers get their knowledge? They said, from the library perhaps. From the books, this library, they get the knowledge. Someone has composed, written. Where from they get the knowledge, they could not answer. You know what is the basis of knowledge? This nature. From the nature only all things come. We only harness that, we only discover that. It is already there in the nature. So that is the nature. One part of the Hindus, one group of the Hindus, they have taken that, accepted that, and they have developed Tantra. So God is Kali. She is the nature. She is creating, sustaining, dissolving everything because of the power. She is the nature, and all knowledge, good or bad, they are all coming from that. So in the Dattatreya also, we find in the Bhagavata, we find Dattatreya now giving the list of his gurus. The first is the art, the forbearance. The first and foremost thing in the human life, forbearance. For little bit thing, immediately we are angry and immediately we are leaving that particular place or the person, and we start another life, another life, another life. Ultimately, we learn nothing, we get nothing, and no peace. What is the goal of our human life? Peace. And if the peace is the goal, the first thing should be forbearance. They must wait and wait, and where from I learn it? From the earth. The people are digging it and walking on it, doing everything. Earth is so quietly. It can sometime, if it give the shake, then all people, they are very much afraid. Earth is very powerful, but still we find that forbearance. So we must learn the forbearance. We will read in details from the Avadhuta Gita in our next class. They're very interesting and highly Advaitin. This Avadhuta. So that's why the Krishna, he is guiding his friend Uddhava to learn from Avadhuta. That Krishna said, each and every human being having the power of discrimination. Utilize that. Why you are depending on others? The mostly in the devotion, we are depending on God. And when we are purchasing every day some fruits and offering to God, and if anything wrong happens to us, the first thing we do, we stop the puja for the God. We are angry with the God. So many days we are feeding Him and He is not doing anything for us, so we won't offer food. That is bad. That is wrong. It is you that you are doing thinking. So God is only in the other way helping you. So first is the Guru is the art. From art we are learning forbearance. Then arrow maker. The arrow, previously, that the olden days, it was really very difficult, because if the arrow is perfect, it should be straight and without any bend anywhere. So the arrow makers, their concentration is too much. So you must learn from the arrow makers. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he said how you should concentrate. Some people who love to catch fishes, they will be, anytime they will go and they will sit over there by the side of the river or the pond, and a group of people, they are singing, dancing, and music is going on, passing through in a group. This man couldn't hear or listen anything, his eye is on that, when the fish is coming and nipping, and then he will catch. Constantly he was concentrating. Sri Ramakrishna said concentration should be like that. In another, the story he said, a man came and asked him, "Sir, can you please tell me this address? I like to go to this village." He never replied. 2-3 times he repeated, and then he became naturally angry. And this man, so arrogant, is not replying to me. In the meantime, he started walking. In the meantime, the man caught the fish, and he was very happy, keeping the fish in the bag. He said, "Hey, good man, you were asking me something?" He said, "I was asking so many times." "Oh, that time you didn't listen. I couldn't hear your words." That is the concentration. And when we meditate, any little sound, immediately, "Oh, is he somebody calling me? Maybe that I have some duty, so I have to go." We are always ready to jump up from the seat. And then also, I also sometimes carry our phone. Now phone has become a part of, we may lose our heart, but the phone should be there. So carrying the phone, any little sound, immediate. So little this thing, the concentration, the arrow makers, then the madden, tranquility and peace. And then the moth, sensitivity. It is harmful. Because the moth, whenever they see the light, immediately they go and jump on that light. We see in the electric light also they try to come. But in those days it was all the lamps, they used to come and kill themselves. Why? Sensitivity. They cannot control. Whenever they will see something, immediately they go and they are in trouble. The human mind is also like that. One must be very careful. Before taking a decision, one must know what I am going to do. Will this be good or bad? And this, you need the quietness, and then only it will be possible for you. The sensitivity, this is a danger for the human being. An immediate reaction, it should not be. A person has come shouting or abusing. You must wait and see what happened to this man. There must be something behind. Some other people are also there. What is going to happen if I react? So wait and watch and see. And you know what will happen? If anyone comes to you to insult you, and if you are quietly looking at him, he will be insulted. And he will feel, what is it? I could not make him agitated, I could not insult him. So all those things go back. This happened in the life of the Buddha. Lord Buddha was a king naturally. He was a beautiful, he was a very good looking person, very handsome. He went for begging, and one person, he was going on abusing him and going on telling all bad words. The Buddha was quietly waiting. You know, the sannyasis, if they go to somebody's house for food, they say, "Mother, please give me some food. Bhagavati, bhiksham dehi." And until they say no, he cannot move. So he was waiting over there. This man completed. Then the Buddha asked quietly, "Sir, can I ask you a question?" So what is that? Suppose you are giving me something, and if I don't accept those things, what will happen to those gifts? They will remain with me. These bad words that you are using, I am not accepting. It is all yours. So this is the way, the tranquil way. This we must learn from the moth. The sensitivity should not react immediately. Then the elephant is a detachment. So that elephant before death, they leave the whole heart and go to a secret place and wait for the death. It's very, very rare to see the elephant dying normal death. If somebody has shoot or anything happened, not like that. Normal death, the animal, the elephant, always live in the heart. Always go along with that. But when the death will come, they leave everyone over there. This is the detachment. And the moon is the discrimination. How the moon is helping us to discriminate? Who can say? All professors are sitting over here. The moon, when you look at the moon, we always write poem, oh moon, so beautiful, etc., etc. But the moon should teach me the discrimination, how it is possible. I will help you, huh? Yeah?
But does it full moon and no moon?
Oh no, not like that. See, the moon has no light actually. It is the reflected light, the sun's light reflecting on moon and coming to us. But this thing happened. Some of the people, they are associated with some other people and they say reflected glory, basking in the reflected glory. And I am not having that quality, somebody else. As because I am his maybe son, daughter, or maybe assistant, secretary, and that man may be, original man may be humble. The big boss is a humble. Boss, all his secretaries who are home like to meet, it is not possible, I will give you the time, come and all these things. They bask in that. The moon is like that. So the discrimination, am I truly capable to do like this because it's not my power? So the discrimination should come through the moon. Then osprey, this is renunciation. Python, the contentedness. The python, ajagar vritti, they say. They will never move for food. They will be lying in one place and waiting for the food to come near. You know the ajagara? They will never move. There is a huge body and long. They cannot move. So I know them because I was in Arunachal Pradesh jungle. So I saw the ajagar and I saw this elephant and I saw this. So this ajagar, they will be living somewhere. If you go and pick up the ajagar, nearly 10-15 people they used to lift that and it's not doing anything. Not like other snakes. You can leave it and can take to some other place and leave it to go. They will never. Sometimes we used to put some food, maybe a chicken before it. A chicken is running, but it won't move. Chicken should come close, then only to eat. So like that, and for the monks also they say, ajagara vritti. Some monks they go to door for food, but some will be sitting and waiting for the God to send the food. Otherwise they won't eat, day after day. It's called ajagara vritti, the system of the python. So that is, then the ocean, the equanimity, the fish, the greed. The fish they die because of the greed. And they'll be seeing that something is happening. Actually it is a death. But even they cannot control themselves. They go and try to nip and they got caught. Then courtesan, the expectation. Those who are there with the rich people, they always expect the money, the this and that from the rich people. They constantly, they'll be following him. And from that we should learn no. So some are the teachings negative way. These people are doing like that, I should not do. So that is and the wind is complete freedom and stillness. The wind blows from the bad places and then the bad smell will be there for some time. Good places, wind has nothing to do with that. It goes everywhere. And same way the spiritual person, he should mix with each and every one without discrimination. but they should not be in or able to influence you. So that should be the attitude. Shunning the people, those who are worldly minded people, that is in the beginning of the sadhana. Otherwise, when you have grown up, you should be able to be with each and every one without being influenced by them. So that is the wind. Then pigeon, and non-attachment, that is the pigeon. And the sun, unity. How the sun is giving the unity? Because everywhere, equally it will go on giving. Some people, they are bad, some people are good, some people like this and that. And Hindus, they are worshipping the sun. Doesn't mean the sun will go, the special light will be given to the Hindus. Equally. So that unity and equality, that is one. Then the bee. Bee is the moderation. The bee, they will go and they will take little honey from only one flower. Not the whole honey they should suck. They go, they take a little honey from that, and then they come and they keep in the stock. Again they go to another flower. The similar way we should also take. This is teaching for the monks. The monk should not go and sit in one house and go on taking money from that and help from the neighbor. They should go door to door. It says the traditional monks, they go for the 5 doors. That means the 5 household. A little food they should take. That's all. And in India, the traditional monks never cook because they are not supposed to touch the fire. They touched the fire and took the oath. So like that. Here also I try to follow. The devotees, they bring food and I eat. I don't cook. And of course I don't know how to cook. So, no, I'm just kidding. So this is the way, the Brahmara, that is also the meditation. Then the sky is the transcendence. It is so vast. And then the spider, bondage and liberation. The spider, the beautiful way, our Dattatreya, looking at the spider, he learned this spider can be liberated. But the poor fellow creating the spider's web and then bound into it. It cannot come out. So like that, one should understand that I am, if necessary, if I desire, I can be free. I can be free, completely liberated this moment. But my desires that is coming up within and binding me. And the water is the purity and the holiness. And the honey gatherer, that is completely avarice. The honey gatherer, dear, is a delusion. And then the child, innocence. This is the 24 gurus. Well, friends, we will discuss the teaching in a very nice way that the Dattatreya has given. This is called Dattatreya Gita, Avadhuta Gita. It's a very famous book. Avadhuta Gita you can find here in our bookstore also. Those who are interested, you can pick up a copy. So in the next class we will discuss. He was having these 24 gurus. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna again and again mentioned about this Avadhuta Gita. And this great sage Avadhuta, after purifying himself through meditation and sang this Gita, that is called spontaneously, he went on telling this Gita, that is Avadhuta Gita. The Brahman is supreme reality. The world is apparent like water in a mirage. That is the main idea of the Avadhuta Gita. Thank you. And this is the story of the Bhagavata, very fascinating stories. But in the next class we will have the Avadhuta Gita, maybe 1 or 2 classes will be necessary. And then we will go to Uddhava Gita, the person who asked, "Oh God, please help me." And God said, "You have the discriminative power, I have given you the discriminative power." Then sometimes the children, they will come and they will tell the parents, "Please help me, please do this, please do that." Parents will say, "No, I have given you the teaching, you know this, you must do this, you must do that. By that way, they help them to grow. Similarly, Krishna helped Uddhava to grow. And Uddhava learned from Avadhuta how to learn from the nature and then develop the spiritual power. Friends, what is spirituality? We have all the time meeting in different places, going to different places, and in different names. We are practicing spirituality. What is this spirituality? Only some knowledge. And what is that knowledge? I don't belong to this world. Because this body, this mind, and everything, that is all temporary. I belong to the Supreme Consciousness. Because from there only I have come. The moment the question was asked, who are the people who do not worship God? And what will happen to them? For the people, God Himself. God Himself created these people. And now that God is playing. Reading this, we should understand it from the Advaitic point of view, not from the Dvaita point. I am God. I am that purified personality. And I am that supreme being. Only difficulty is somehow some desires have crept into my mind and I am bound by these worldly things. It is all God's, no, that's true. But I don't need those. I want to go back to my original home, and that is the God Himself. So thank you, and the next again we will study. And before that, let us conclude with this stotra. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunnanti Dibbhai Stavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogina Yashyantam Navidu Sura Asura Gana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Friends, you know this, in this month we are going to have a retreat, the science of japa. Is a Swami who is coming from Houston. He will be speaking, and it's a very interesting topic. Friday evening, whole Saturday and Sunday afternoon, we will be discussing, meditating, praying, living together in that retreat in Ganges. If you are not registered and if you are interested, please register yourself. This is one. And secondly, you know that every year we make a function, grand function, and that is called Fall Banquet. This time it will be on 15th September, next month. The 15th September, and it is in the Meadows Club, and from 11 to 3. Two physicists are coming. They will be speaking on the physics and metaphysics. And there's a very good singer is coming. There she'll also sing some bhajans, some dancers are there, food will be there in that. Please come and you will really enjoy. sitting together and enjoying the talk and the cultural program. The minimum ticket is $100, then $300 and $1,000. You can book a table also with the 1,000, and that means you can bring 10 people with you. $100 ticket to 10 people you can come. You can invite your friends and take them over there. That way also it is possible. And it will be little help to the Vedanta society and the support, moral support for our cause that we are working over here. So this is called Fall Banquet, 15 September. Thank you.